Alright, what's up guys? So, we got another video. We got a leg day. Probably the heaviest leg day I've ever done, period. So that's pretty sick. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, so here's me just warming up. Pretty solid stuff. I'll talk about this more later in the video, but my squat form I've been really trying to improve because it's not the greatest, to be honest. I mean, here I'm definitely really going to depth. Like everything feels really solid, really good. The only issue is once actually weight starts getting added to the bar, then, and honestly, it might be the knee sleeves, to be honest. So I'm not gonna really monkey with it a bunch before the meet, just because I don't want to mess anything up. Because the meet is almost a month away, so I'm not gonna try and tweak anything right now because everything seems to be doing just fine, and I'm hitting the numbers I like. So I'm not gonna try and change anything. But after the meet, I'm going to try and experiment, figure out what's wrong with my form. Squats are honestly the weirdest lift right now. Doesn't mean they're the worst. Deadlift is the worst for me. Bench is the best for me. Bench is the best and the most comfortable for me. But squats are the weirdest. I'll talk about it in a second. But here's me doing 225. I don't have a belt on yet because I usually don't use the belt until after I'm doing more than 225. Just because I'm not used to trying to activate the intra-abdominal pressure or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, there's that. Here I do 275, I want to say. This felt like nitrous, bro. I felt like rocket boost. I was like, I don't even know, bro. I don't even know what happened. It just like moved like crazy. We'll see in a second. I was like surprised. There it is. Like, what? Anyways, there's me questioning it. Here's my first working set. 305, I want to say. So I decided to do a 3x4. So the original plan was 305, then 310, then 315, then 320. And then I want to do a heavy single. But I ended up shifting a little bit. I did 305, 310, 315, which I wasn't able to film. And then that felt really good, so I decided to go up to 325 for 3. And then I did my heavy single. So, yeah. In this camera angle, you can't really see my squat depth. In the other ones, you can kind of see it, but, like, it's really hard to tell. I wish I could, like, show this live and just, like, stop the footage in real time and, like, show you guys what I'm thinking here, but I'm not trying to do all that, bro. Maybe eventually. Anyway, so here's 310. You can see the hip crease kind of, it is parallel. So the rule is hip crease has to be either be parallel or lower than the knee. And I think it's parallel. I honestly, bro, I don't even know. I don't know, man. So we'll see. We'll see. Either way, I feel like I'm getting stronger, so that's fine. And my numbers seem to be pretty good. I think I just need to focus on getting depth more, and then that should fix it. Yeah, I didn't film 315 set. So this is the fourth working set. I can't talk. And 325 for 3. But yeah, pretty solid. You'll see that you can't really see my hips in this camera angle because the plates just cover it all up. But I think it's depth. Honestly, bro, who knows? But anyways, like I was saying earlier with my form, I'm not gonna try and change anything. But afterwards, I'm going to experiment because I feel like with my squats, my legs are strong enough, but my knees and my hips, and kind of my ankles as well, I don't think the tendons or the joints or whatever you want to call it, I don't think those are structurally sound enough or strong enough to actually support that weight. So I think I'm just going to try and experiment with either variations or other ways, or I might just honestly stop using the belt and sleeves. Here's me contemplating what I'm about to do because I was honestly a little bit terrified. To be honest with you, bro. Like, PR is all-time PR. Like, I haven't touched 310 before today, so that was already PR. But now we're hitting 345, and you can see what the heck? The bar's bending a little bit. Okay, well, I'm seeing that for the first time right now, so that's pretty cool. Oh my gosh. I'm leaning to the side a little bit. Good thing I have the nice rogue clips, or else it'd be game over for me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's pretty insane. Pretty intense for me, honestly. Anyways, like I was saying earlier, here's me just doing some RDLs. Um, this is 135, by the way, if you guys were curious. I use 25 pounds because it's shorter. It's not as big as a 45, so I can go lower. I can get more depth. Yeah. So if you guys were wondering, anyways, I need to figure out if I can find some sort of variation or something to help target the different parts that are weakening my squat. It's kind of the same with deadlifts, to where I feel like my hips are a limiting factor. Not so much my ankles, because that isn't a huge deal for deadlifts, but it's more or less just my hips. It's just something about it. I don't know. It's weird, because with squats, I feel like I can, like, I don't even know how to gauge my strength for squats, because I feel like I could just keep going, but I don't think the rest of me could. If that makes sense. So after the meet, my goal is to just kind of experiment with that. I might just stop wearing knee sleeves and a belt altogether for a little while, because, well, I haven't started like actually really squatting until I had those things. So that definitely is going to be a pretty a big variable in that situation. So I'm just going to try and see if I can get rid of those and yeah, see what happens. Anyways, so here's cable rows. Pretty basic stuff. I just don't do these like super duper often, but I just wanted to put a little accessory in there because I did 5 sets of squats and then I did 2 sets of RDLs and then after that I was like, I just can't feel anything. So I was like, I'll just put a nice but also pretty solid accessory in there. So I decided to do cable rows. I was gonna do 3 sets of RDLs, but I don't know, it just felt like my hips were still kind of feeling super weak, and I didn't want my deadlifts on Friday to be compromised, so I decided to just do 2 sets of that. And so yeah, we'll see what happens. But overall, today was pretty solid. I think I do need to reconsider and look over my form a little bit, just make sure my depth is down. And then hopefully it'll fix a little bit this next block period as far as the knees caving in kind of thing. But overall, I think I'm just going to try and strengthen everything else around my body after the meet, just so I can focus on that and not try and mess something up or get out of the groove that I'm already in before the meet. So yeah, but overall everything's pretty good. Pretty hyped about that PR. Never even touched 310 before today on squats, so that's pretty sick. Hit 345. Very happy. Numbers are exactly where I want them to be. So yeah, pretty good. So hope you guys liked the video, like me yawning there. And subscribe, like the video, and comment down below. And see you guys in the next one. Love you guys.